Let us discuss whether transistors can be operated in parallel and in what way they can share currents, collector currents. So the question is, can we connect two transistors in parallel in this fashion that I am drawing? So we have the collectors connected together, emitters connected together, and base connected together. So you have a collector current flowing through the common load and then splits into two currents, IC1 and IC2. So will this setup work? Is it a sustainable situation with current being shared? That is the question. Why, first of all, why do you want to parallel two BJTs? The situation will arise in many cases where the load current is more than the rating of the transistors. Let's say, for example, the load current IC is 10 amps and the BJT, each BJT is rated for 8 amps. So each BJT will not be able to fully handle the load current alone. So if you have two such BJTs, 8 amp BJTs, then there is 5 amps that can be shared by the two, and you can have a kind of a combination switch. This is parallel operation. But there is a problem in this case, in the sense that the BJT has a character that as temperature increases, the collector emitter resistance decreases. It has a negative temperature coefficient of resistance. Now, because of that, there is cause for concern. It is an unstable equilibrium point. Let us say, take for example, 10 amps is the IC current, and we are supposed to have 5 amps and 5 amps in each. Now let us say that one of the BJTs becomes slightly more hot than the other BJT. So the hotter BJT will see a lower resistance because of the negative temperature coefficient. So this implies that, let us say, IC1 increases beyond 5 amps and IC2 will decrease. This increased current will cause the BJT to run still more hot. The RMS current is higher, it will become hotter, and the resistance will further decrease. And further, the collector current will increase. And so on, this positive feedback, it will quickly hog the entire current and it will exceed the rating and blow this BJT. Once this BJT is blown, then the entire current flows through the other BJT and the other BJT also will blow. So this is not sustainable because of this negative temperature coefficient of resistance. So we can solve this problem by making the circuit in the following way. So let us modify it. So let us modify the circuit. So we still have the VCC, the common load, and then we have this BJT. And this BJT, at the emitter, we will put one resistance like this. This is the extra component that we have added in the emitter lead. So likewise, we will connect another transistor also in parallel and have an emitter resistance there and then make the paralleling. So in this way, let us parallel the two transistors. Now will this setup share the current? Let us have a look. So we have the base connected, and then to the base ground we apply a voltage VB. Let us name this as R1 and this is R2. And the base emitter voltage there, we'll call it as VBE1, and base emitter voltage of the second one as VBE2. So there is a common collector current IC flowing, which will branch off, which will split into two parts, IC1 and IC2. IC1 and IC2 are within the ratings of the respective transistors. So how does this behave better than the earlier one? So let us see how it operates. Now let me move it up. Assume that IC is almost equal to IE, the emitter current. So without loss of generality, we can make that assumption to make our equation simpler for understanding purpose. So we make the emitter currents almost equal to the collector currents. The concept remains even if we take directly the emitter currents. So now consider this loop here. VB equals VBE1 plus the drop across R1. VBE1 plus IC1 into R1, because IC1 is flowing directly even to the emitter. Now this loop, which is in parallel, also will be same VBE2 plus drop across R2, IC2, R2. So these two are the equations, they are equal. Observe this: IC1 R1, IC2 R2. Now take the same situation. Let us say for example this BJT1 is hotter and its resistance decreases, more IC1 flows. The moment more IC1 flows, the drop IC1R1 increases. Once the drop IC1R1 increases, as VB is fixed, VBE1 reduces. So once VBE1 reduces, then the resistance of the collector emitter increases, reducing IC1. So this R1, these emitter resistors act as stabilizing resistors, which will basically modulate this base emitter voltage and adjust the value of the collector currents. So once the base emitter voltage reduces, the base current by the input curves, static curves, the base current will reduce, collector current will reduce, and then it will start bringing it back. It's a stable situation. So like that, the sharing will be happening between both these transistors. It may not be exactly same because the characteristics can vary between even the same batch of transistors. The beta characteristics and also the internal depletion layers. So this is the way one can parallel transistors in case they do not have transistors which can meet the rating of the common load. However, remember that the catch here is that there will be dissipation in R1 and R2. So IC1 square RMS, IC1 RMS square R1 and IC2 RMS square R2 will be the losses in these two resistances. But if that is okay for the application, then one can use this method. Otherwise, one has to go for BJT, which is having a rating much larger than the common current that is flowing through the common load.